Ready to start eco-printing. I've laid out my tile. I put one piece of wet paper on the tile. I have my flowers right here. So I'm just going to, kind of randomly lay out my leaves and flowers. I've been doing this a lot, so I know the end result that I'd like to have. Now see, this flower is pretty thick, but that's okay because I'm going to lay it out flat. And I think I'll add just a little bit more, a little more random to it. And if you think about it, take a photograph of the way you've laid these flowers out. Because when it's all said and done, it's a lot of fun to see where you started and where you ended up. So now that that's pretty much the way I want it, I'm going to lay a piece of paper on it. Because these papers are wet and these flowers put out so much color, the colors will probably bleed through from one layer to the next. I like that, but if you don't, you can always lay a piece of plastic over this layer and then start with new paper, and you'll get a different outcome. But I like to have that random organic look with my stuff, so I don't really take a lot of care with that. So here's some more coreopsis and some more. I love coreopsis. They just look so, they're cute and they're random, and and they put out a lot of color. So that's all I do there, and then I'll lay another piece of paper on top. And yes, it's kind of bulky, but don't worry about that. Now, if I do want to kind of shift over and go to another type of plant, which is my Japanese maple leaves, these are going to dye more of a blue color, not so much orange. So I'll put this on here knowing full well I'll probably get orange bleed through, and that's okay. But the thing about Japanese maple leaves is they print, the color is different on the back than it is on the front. So if I put my leaves down so that they're facing the paper, then the turquoise that I'm looking for is going to be on this next paper because it prints from the back. This is all stuff that you'll figure out as you begin to print. See, these stems are sticking out. Those will probably get stuck, get kind of on the edge of my skillet. So when that stack is built, put the lid on it, and then I have two more 2-inch binder clips. This is the pressure part of this process. And I clip these on, one on each side. And I'll leave these two little handles up because they're going to help me get this in the skillet. So while I'm waiting for the water to heat up, we'll just review a little bit of what we've covered here. The paper is a 140-pound watercolor that I tore down to fit these 8-inch by 8-inch tiles. They're porcelain. I buy them at the home center. They're not very expensive, and you can buy, just a couple, 1 or 2 tiles at the home center store. You don't have to buy a box. I have these 2-inch metal binder clips. I have a bunch of those. I have 2 here on my tiles, but I also have those in the skillet to hold my bundle. This is what I call the bundle, up out of the water, because I don't want the water to be touching the papers. There's enough water on the paper to pull the color out of the plants, but I feel like if you submerge it, it's too much water and you won't get the lovely movement of the color around on the paper. Okay, I've turned off the skillet, and I'm ready to take the bundle out of this, off the skillet. So these act like little handles. I'll set it out on my old towel, move the skillet out of the way. Now we can see what the result is. It's always so exciting to open one of these up. Remember when I said the back prints this blue-green color and the front will print lighter yellow? And that's exactly what we got right here. And this orange around there is bleed through from the tick seed on the other side of this piece of paper. So I had some brown paper to lay my papers on when I open them up. And a lot of the times I'll keep the steamed plants because their silhouette is really pretty and I can use them in other pieces of artwork. You don't have to keep these, but a lot of times I do. So here's the second one, and here's the bleed through of the Japanese maple leaves on the back, which is a pretty kind of a blue-gray color, I think is real pretty. This is where, right there is where the water got a hold of the color from the flowers and made it bleed. This one, and this is the other side. You can see the little pieces have stuck on there, but there's still some bits of petals on this one from the cosmos, but when it dries, it just brushes away, and there's still a little bit of residue right there. So you can see these two are mirror images of each other. The water with the color has run away right here, and then you can see it all up in here. So that's my method for eco printing with flowers and leaves. I hope that's helpful, and if you have any questions, just reach out. And down below, you will find the supply list and some more written steps for you. So if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you the next time.